what, if any, trash rules, garbage rules, cleanup rules exist in 318?
So we have,
Okay.
I don't know what Chris Bolte calls it, but it's basically like cleanup entities, and it's
the density manager.
Density manager. So thank you. But it basically regulates the density of a certain item, and it's per class, whether it be weapons or cargo or armor, so on and so forth. It's basically per class in a certain radius. So that radius could be 5 meters, that radius could be 30 meters. Like, you know, it really depends on how many are there. And then once it hits that upper threshold, then things will start being cleaned up and removed, but it won't go past, meaning, let's say, somebody, like, you know, Ben was talking about, where somebody drops a C2 of luggage or of cargo in an area. Well, it might be that only 20 cargo boxes can be there. Well, it's going to clean up everything except for those 20 cargo boxes. And then from there, if somebody throws in another one, then it'll remove one.
So this was intentional. That bit, like, that completely beats the point of PES. What?
And then it'll just leave, and it should be removing the oldest one.
And true or false?
What? Let me watch this again.
Go past, meaning, let's say, a certain radius. So that radius could be 5 meters, that radius could be 30 meters. Like, you know, it really depends on how many are there. And then once it hits that upper threshold, then things will start being cleaned up and removed, but it won't go past, meaning, let's say, some.
Thank you, Woody Bear, for becoming a sponsor.
Like,
I guess you joined on YouTube.
You know, Ben was talking about, where somebody drops a C2 of luggage or of cargo in an area. Well, it might be that only 20 cargo boxes can be there. Well, it's going to clean up everything except for those 20 cargo boxes.
Dude, what's the point of PES then? What is the point of PES then?
And then from there, if somebody throws in another one, then it'll remove one, and then it'll just leave, and it should be removing the oldest one.
And true or false? I hear this rumor occasionally inside.
Yeah, he doesn't say that the area is too cluttered, he just deletes it. But the issue is, dude, the issue is it does the same thing for the cargo boxes. So what's the point of PES then? Tier 0 PES. No, dude, like, do you understand how stupid it is? Like, honestly, I don't care about the area too cluttered. I don't care if you, like, drop enough stuff in like a corner or on Everest Harbor and it just keeps on despawning. Like I showed you on stream what happened before. But what's the point in having PES if your cargo boxes are gonna like, once you destroy a C2, the cargo boxes, and you saw it on stream, you saw that it happened to me, and I didn't know that it was intentional. I thought it was a bug, but they fucking despawn, and you're left with 20 boxes. What's the fucking point when they, like, told us, when they fucking told us that that's not gonna happen anymore with the video, year in your review? No. This is all I. So there was a, like, where's the video where they, like, exploded a C2 and they were talking about the, no, this is all Galaxy, Jesus Christ. They were just talking about, like, how prior to this patch, prior to 318, you will get, like, small crates that were not actually one SU boxes. And then, oh, it's going to be the cargo show.
If you like the larger
with this,
pick up,
yeah. So these are the old small boxes
from,
and on their side, on their like on their servers, it's gonna spawn all of the boxes because it's, like, hosted on their side, right? But then they had to cut to, like, have 5 to 10% of those boxes spawn because the servers just couldn't handle them.
2,000 SCU boxes.
but then there's server performance issues to consider. So what we've actually been doing is capping that at 10% boxes being generated. However, on top of that, it's an
It was not really 10%, it was like 5%. But
incredibly
it's fine.
tedious experience, because now that's, if you were to do the math, about 400 boxes that you have to go pick up, and collecting all of those by hand.
Like, you can ask any pirate, you just go like watch the Chaos Squad or Mongol Squad and just check out their videos, and you would see how many boxes
without
actually
a tractor
spawned.
beam.
It would be like 10 boxes.
With the new system,
Not
we've
10%,
gotten rid
but
of
10
the 1/8
boxes.
SCU cargo containers. Everything.
And they got rid of the 1SU cargo containers, and now they're showing how, like, once you explode a ship, everything just stays there.
And we just simply detach them from the cargo hold and let them float in space.
And everything
we
is
still-
there. And then fucking Top Pappy, the guy that I actually love from CAG, I mean, it's a strong word, but like, I like him a lot.
True, and in fact, we had this discussion. It really depends on certain.
He says this.
And we've got to bring it back. So let's talk about how that works. What, if any, trash rules, garbage rules, cleanup rules exist in 318?
So we have. I don't know what Chris Bolte calls it, but it's basically like cleanup entities, and it's
the density manager.
density manager. So thank you.
Did I get
but
this wrong?
It basically regulates the density of a certain item, and it's per class, whether it be weapons or cargo or armor or so on and so forth.
Cargo?
It's basically per class in a certain radius. So that radius could be 5 meters, that radius could be 30 meters. Like, you know, it really depends on how many are there. And then once it hits that upper threshold, then things will start being cleaned up and removed, but it won't go past, meaning, let's say somebody, like, you know, Ben was talking about, where somebody drops a C2 of luggage or of cargo in an area. Well, it might be that only 20 cargo boxes can be there. Well, it's going to clean up everything except for those 20 cargo boxes. And then from there, if somebody throws in another one, then it'll remove one, and then it'll just leave. And it should be removing the oldest one.
He says it's dependent on what item, but he's being too way. So, listen, I know exactly what he's talking about because we streamed that. Like, Rokumo and I were streaming this. We exploded 2 C2s and M2s, it doesn't matter, filled with cargo, and we got maybe like 20 boxes. You watched it too. Exactly. So that means that it's intentional, which means that, like, what's the point in PES then? And I'm like trying not to fucking freak out here, honestly. But what's the point of PES then? Yes, you're gonna have like your hulls there for like salvage and all of that. Maybe they're not gonna despawn like immediately unless there's like too many of them. But the cargo is the fucking point, right? For piracy, for gathering cargo after like an explosion or whatever. But like once it gets detached from the grid, it's like up to the gods of Star Citizen, or like up to the Chris Lord himself, and like, what did they call it? Like density management gods. If those cargo crates are gonna despawn or not. That's so stupid. So what's the point in PS then? I don't fucking understand it. Oh my god. And now we're back to fucking Pcache again. Or iCache, whatever. I agree with the exploding ship should destroy most cargo, but maybe explain it better. I would not agree with that. Because cargo should be protected, right? With this being what it is, it's a downgrade to what it's currently, with a caveat that it persists between crashes. Yes. Like, it's the only thing that actually persists. Which you can't really notice because after a crash, you're going to probably connect to another server, so it doesn't matter. So it's essentially just crash protection now, not PES. Okay, let's continue. My fucking brain hurts. Actually, my brain hurts, and I don't understand why everything, why life, why Star Citizen, why what? Hello?
And
if you crash your ship, you should be able to bring a new ship and recover your cargo. Exactly, dude. If you get pirated, those pirates should get more than 20 boxes if they're pirating a whole fucking C2. I wanted to try piracy in 318 once it goes live. It's not gonna work I mean, it is. You're gonna get 20 boxes, but like 20 boxes, and then you go and sell them in the no questions asked terminal, which is gonna give you like 10% of a price per box. Like, what's the fucking point then? It completely beats the point of PES. Jesus Christ. Well, we tried it, Medscator, and the issue is that it was already happening. Like, it was already an issue. We tried it, I don't know, maybe 5 patches ago, like Rokumo, that's in the chat, and me, we tried it, and the boxes just despawned. Like the cargo boxes, the most important thing. It should wait until no player is present, at least. I wouldn't agree with that either. Because, again, it beats the point of PES, right? Because if it waits until no player is present, that means you die, you lose your cargo. Like, your ship explodes, and if you die, to respawn to get a new ship, like a new C2, so you can get all the stuff from your previous ship, all of the stuff basically despawned, or you're gonna get 20 crates. Like, Rokumo, we were left with like, I don't know, 20 maybe boxes, 10 to 20 boxes or something like that. It was so weird. And we had like, were you flying an MSR or were you flying a C2? I forgot. But we had like a C2 or a M2. That's a loner for me. And we got like nothing. Like, you know why they did that, Auburn? Because once you get close to the wreck with a ton of boxes laying around, your FPS goes to shit. And the whole server FPS goes to shit. Exactly because of the reasons why I said that. Why I said that they introduced the area too cluttered. The physics engine can't calculate all the collisions on the server, which is like, you should have known that. Guys, you should have known that was gonna happen. If I fucking knew that, if I made a video before, like when you announced PES, if I made a video about that fucking a year ago and said that that's probably gonna happen, if 3 months ago when you did the, what's it called, where is it, the cargo show 2 months ago, if I did a reaction to that and said the same thing and said, like, I want to see how the servers are going to calculate all the physics for all these boxes, why would you tell us?
Simply detach them from the cargo hold and let them float in space.
That we're going to get all
the
the boxes. And why would you hype up PES? Like, PES is not a PES now anymore. It's IPS, it's PPS. I don't fucking know. It's basically iCache, just like with persistence between like server crashes, and that's it. I guess they were hoping, but also how can you hope when you know that you have a ship that has like almost 700 SUs of cargo, and you have a ship on the way, the Hull C, that has 5,000 fucking SUs of cargo. So what happens when you try to like pirate Hull C? What happens? You destroy it. You soft dead it, and the things are gonna be sticking to it. But if it explodes completely, you get like 20 crates, 20 like cargo boxes from a 5,000 cargo box or 5,000 SU cargo ship. I mean, I know that they're trying, but like, I don't want to see failure after a failure. And I saw PES for me was a bright light. And when I saw it, I got excited. I even fucking made a video about that. And I was really excited. And you guys told me that I'm white knighting. And I was not. I was just excited because it's an actual step in the right direction. And then they fucking took 10 steps back by despawning crates and like cargo.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Remember to keep an eye on the robertsspaceindustries.com website.
Oh, hey, dude, whatever. We watched the shit out of this, and I'm so bored, and I'm even more pessimistic now than I was before, which is like almost impossible for me, but Jesus Christ. Also, there's another thing that came to my mind now with the PES, with the changes to the PES and the boxes despawning. The idea was to have your ships carry the boxes or the cargo crates. Oh my god, this completely breaks the game. If it stays like this, it's gonna completely break the game. So with PES, you were supposed to have all of your space in your ships utilized for carrying cargo or doing whatever. But now that they changed it, that like there's a maximum amount of cargo crates at the same time at the same spot, that only means that you can't drop more than that amount of crates in your ships anymore. So for example, I was thinking about the Liberator. If it stays like this, it's gonna be a fucking waste of time, honestly. Can you create more than 10 boxes? I mean, you can, but the issue is that if you create more than it's allowed, they're gonna despawn. So for example, you get a Reclaimer right now, you fill it up, it's gonna take a while. It's like 300 SUs now because they extended it. I think it's like 300 SUs, doesn't matter. So, and then you have a lot of empty space inside the Reclaimer itself. Like you have the elevator, you have like the mess hall, you have all the space in the world inside the Reclaimer, where CEG was like constantly saying that you will be able to drop stuff without it despawning, and you can just like carry stuff there, which is great. But with the crates like despawning and PES not working with the crates, what's the idea then? What's the point? I don't know. It's a weird one, and I'm not sure that I like it at all, honestly.